Hello, it's the 11th of September 2011, the third day of T-Street 5779 in Airdrie, Alberta. I'm at the Dixon Crossing Starbucks. It's Absalom Herdman here. And I'm doing a video because I believe of anti-Semitic racist behavior towards the Orthodox Jew earlier today out of between 4:45 and 5:30 p.m. I've come back to the store to hit it head on, to speak to this manager. Now I had, after the offensive behavior that I had witnessed earlier from two of the staff members, I telephoned on the phone into this store at about 7 o'clock, asked for a RIN back, gave my name as Absalom Herdman. Now, the person that's inside this store, I've never met her in my whole life. I came in and said, can I speak to Melisa, please? Well, she's not here. But apparently at 7 p.m., she was here on a call. And I walk into the store and she said, well, I know who you are. Well, how can she know who I am if she's never heard me? Well, I know your voice. So what I'm trying to say is we have another complaint because the staff member is not putting the complaint through to Melisa. So they're running in interference. So it's about 8:45 p.m. on 11th September, and I've informed this lady by phone through another staff member that I will file a human rights complaint for anti-Semitic racist behavior towards myself by two staff and turn it over to the investigators. But part of the human rights complaint process is I have to discuss it with the manager. But if the manager won't discuss how I feel that I've been treated, how can we get the complaint resolved? So this is a message to the Starbucks Corporation in Seattle, Washington, the Starbucks Corporation in Canada, that when visible minorities come in, Sikhs with turbans, Muslims with kneecaps and hijabs, and the pronunciation, I apologize, or Jewish people with kippets and yarmulkes, and especially Orthodox Jews, that we're not taken as bullies and terrorists and malingerers, etc. You know, we're just trying to do our business here. Now, the subject of the complaint here is, as an Orthodox Jew, and I'm wearing the garb of the Lubavitch Jew, some people come up to me spontaneously and talk, which happened twice inside this Starbucks. Once at 4:45 p.m. today and once at 5 p.m. And they led to long conversations, and twice the staff member came up and interfered and said, is everything okay? Suggesting I was a bully or I was somehow maligning, acting perhaps as a terrorist. It's nonsense. And then the person said, no, everything's okay. And the conversation continued. Now, before I left this store at 5:30 today, I went over and had a private conversation with the lady and said, I feel that I was offended about your behavior. And is it you that interfered with my private conversation twice? And she said, yes. I thought you were monopolizing the conversation. That's what she said, quote unquote. And it should be on security video inside here. Well, it turns out, I said to her, why are you eavesdropping on my conversation? She got all flustered. I said, you know, being visibly an Orthodox Jew, that's really uncool. Anyway, at that moment, someone had snuck up behind me, a female staff member, and was listening to the conversation. And I had said that, you know, I'm going to write the organization, the Jewish owner of the corporation, and, you know, let him know how I felt from his store. And then this person was sneaking up behind. I said, hey, this is a private conversation. I'm trying to resolve a situation where I feel I was offended and not treated very well, and maybe you could, you know, change things. And the two of them seemed to team up and have a bully session on me. I asked the lady who had interrupted my conversation twice, can I have her name so I could speak to Melisa, and she said no. None of the people inside here, none of these people wear name badges. So I wear a name badge. Richard Herdman has Absalom Herdman has no trouble giving his name. But why do these people have trouble giving their name out, or why does Melisa have trouble? So I'm standing out here freezing to death. The three staff in here tell me that they've called they've called the regional manager up. I said, well, I don't, why can't I speak to Melisa? What's the problem? Well, we've contacted her and she's on her way. Now it's like 1 degree. I'm freezing, and it's been quite a few minutes, and I have no confidence that Melisa is going to come here and speak to me, so I'm just going to go inside. I don't want to film inside the store and just decline. So Melisa, my phone number is 587-800-8666, and my email is the letter R, then Douglas, Douglas, and then Herdman, Herdman, @gmail.com. And all one word, no hyphens. And again, it's a fundamental discrimination under the Act, the Human Rights Act. I also have a legal box to check in. Do you believe that retaliation will take place because you filed a human rights complaint? Oh yes, I believe you and your staff inside have beguiled the Orthodox Jews so much and so badly. In the beginning, with the staff member, it was an unintentioned malignment, but now it seems to have gone farther, and I really do believe they are going to telephone all the other Starbuckses, malign, libel, and slander my reputation, and then make it harder for me to do business in Airdrie. And that's unforgivable. And that's what I believe why I have to file the human rights complaint against the Starbucks Corporation inside here. This type of behavior should not be allowed to happen, or implied to happen, in the corporation or with any registered Canadian company, or citizens being encouraged to gang up against our visible minorities, visible people of faith, and then make a big joke about it. That is an unconscionable attitudes happening, especially here in Airdrie, Alberta. Absalom Herdman. Melisa, all it takes is a simple phone call to resolve things and have an in-service with your staff. The Philadelphia incident with kicking the 2 black men out in 2 minutes flat was really uncool. And you know what? You can press the red button on people, and you can malign their reputations by not having proper in-services, how to treat people with respect and dignity. Thank you, Melisa, and thank you, Starbucks. Absalom Herdman, 11th September 2019, 3rd day of Tishri, 5779, the new year for Jews worldwide. Freezing cold out here, and no Melisa. Where's the prayer relief?